Hello and nice to be with you, back for another week of Take Two as we have a look back over the past week of racing on our New South Wales provincial and country tracks. Unfortunately, due to inclement and very wet weather, we did lose a few meetings. In fact, on Monday, there were races set down for Muswellbrook, but there was a problem there. So we start the program with racing at Queanbeyan on Tuesday with Kayla Nisbet.
Racing this Tuesday was at Queanbeyan, where we raced on a soft 6, and I was hoping to get a bit of an upgrade throughout the day, but all the riders reported throughout that it was definitely soft, and we did see a few horses that really thrived in the wet get up and win because of that. But I have found a couple of horses to follow out of the meeting. The first horse I want to highlight is a horse called Close the Door Darcy. Now, she's a lightly raced little filly. She's tiny, actually, that throughout her career she hadn't had any placings prior to today, but had a lot of bad luck. Now today she stepped out to the 1460 for the first time. She had Winona Costin aboard from a soft barrier. Winona was able to find the front on her, and we'll take a look at a replay now. She looked like she won, but you wouldn't believe it, she just got beat.
On the turn, 400 to go. Close the Door, Darcy second. Chabichi third, then Z Dance. Honest Warrior, 300 to go. From Close the Door, Darcy, Chabichi and Z Dance running on. Close the Door, Darcy went past Honest Warrior. Chabichi coming at Close the Door, Darcy. Close the Door, Darcy, 100 to go. Chabichi knuckling down now. Chabichi coming up to Close the Door, Darcy. Oh, might have got there. It's very close. Chabichi or Close the Door, Darcy, photo finish.
She looked home and I was sure she fell in there, but it was a much improved effort nevertheless anyway. I think she's certainly starting to work it all out. She had a bit of luck go her way today, and I think if she can continue on that path, she should be winning a race quite quickly. The second horse I want to highlight is a horse called Zosma. Now it was first up and having its first run for Mitch and Desiree Kearney. It was formerly with the Hayes boys down in Victoria, where it only had 2 starts and had shown a bit of speed and stuck on okay, but wasn't finding the line that well. Now today, first up, I think it might have ran into a handy horse in Tommy Flyer, but it stuck on well for second.
400 to go, a length in front to Contraband, and then Whimsical Spirit on the back of the leader from London Star Zuzma, and Sheer Terror didn't handle the corner at all. It's gone to the outside and can't win, but Tommy Flyer can. He's off and gone. He put 3 lengths on them very quickly. Zuzma ran to second, London Star, but Tommy Flyer, he's a mile in front. Someone go catch him. He might run to Coomer. He's that far in front. Tommy Flyer romps in. Zuzma ran second.
I liked the run of the second horse there. As I mentioned, we spoke to Nick Olive prior to the race, and he spoke very highly of Tommy Flyer, who was the eventual winner there. So I think whatever was behind him, we can follow, and I quite like the run of Zosma. So Zosma and Close the Door Darcy, my 2 horses to follow out of this Queanbeyan meeting.
Racing at Newcastle on Wednesday the 23rd of April, we had fine conditions, a few showers throughout the day, but the track played quite nicely. We were rated a heavy 8, but it played evenly right the way across the board, and I found a few nice horses to follow out of this very good meeting here today. The first of those comes out of race number 4. It was Righteous Legend. Now, he was resuming a gelding today, first up after 8 months off the scene. Unfortunately, he was caught 3 wide the trip, but I love the way he battles on for second position. He's in the red and white colours.
Top of the straight now, 400 metres to run. Mignonette held together, has beaten off Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Righteous Legend, Pascal Aqua starting to run on down the outside. 275 to go. Mignonette about 3/4 of a length in front of Righteous Legend. He's had to just pull the Persuader. She's a neck in front now. Righteous Legend getting closer. Mignonette digging in. Righteous Legend a clear second, but Mignonette finding sufficient. And the daughter of Catkins breaks through and wins. Mignonette by 3/4 of a length on Righteous Legend.
He's a horse that showed a little bit last preparation. It looks like he's come back in good order this campaign. I'm sure he'll strip fit a second up and be very competitive wherever he heads out next. The other horse to follow out of the meeting here today comes out of race number 6. It was Proclivity. He was having his first day out the races. He'd been well trialled up. He settles leaders back. He's in the blue colours and he fights hard into second position.
550 metres to go. Only a little galloper, Garinian Rye leads by half a length on Contraction. Now he's out and moving on Calstar and just trying to take the favourite through his gears. He's hanging on the turn and a little green. Just brushed there with Proclivity. Early in the straight, Contraction, Proclivity. Calstar not there yet. Cup of Ambition and Backward Glance has slipped up on the inside. 250 metres to go. Calstar getting mobile now. He looms on the outside and hits the lead. Proclivity, Backward Glance, box on. It's Calstar in front. He's riding him confidently is Morgan, and he's going to come down and win. Calstar better for the experience. He'll win it by 3/4 on a photo. Proclivity and Backward Glance.
Yeah, I think he's just run into a smart one today, but he's a horse that will just continue to improve with racing. He had a little bit of improvement to come in the mounting yard fitness-wise, so he's another one to follow into the future. The two horses to follow out of the meeting today at Newcastle are Righteous Legend and Proclivity.
Tamworth Racing, Thursday the 24th of April. It was Cup Day. We had a big crowd on track. I thought the track played really good, probably the best it has in a long time. We're on a good 4. I found one I like in race 2. It's a Written. I thought first up was good, and I thought today was better again. No luck from the barrier. She's 3 deep outside the leaders in the orange and blue. Look how well she sticks on late to run third.
So they sweep the bend now. 300 metres left to travel. Celestial Conqueror moves up to these leaders. Haas Mistress fights back along the inside. Steel Claws is not too far away, and It's a Written is coming up swiftly as well. It's a Written is slicing through the pack now to grab the front. Trying hard is Cheeky Dancer and Papiata the outside. It's a Written leads away. Cheeky Dancer trying hard on the outside with Papiata. They drive the line, and it's a great photo. Photo finish. Papiata on the outside of Cheeky Dancer. Then we had It's a Written.
Now both runs back have been very good. She's knocking at the door. She just needs to get a nice run in transit. I'm sure a win's not too far away.
No, exactly right. I thought it was a very good performance, and when it backs up a first up good performance, you know that the horse is ticking along well, don't you? So I agree there. My horse to follow comes up out of race number 3, a 2-year-old by the name of Lucky Aussie. He was on debut today in the Romantic Dream Plate. He got out the back early, but look at the way he steams through the line. He ultimately finishes 4th.
Towards the point of the corner, where Sukaban got away, leads by about a half a length. Up along the inside is Puffin in a promising spot, followed by Bullen chimes in 3 deep on the track. Tarja Smile to the outside. Hinto revs forward along 2 with Lucky Aussie. So right across the track at the 200 metres mark. Puffin along the inside leads narrowly from Sukaban in second spot. Puffin and Sukaban fight it out. A great finish as they drive the line with Sukaban doing the better. Sukaban wins by about a half length on the line from Puffin in second spot, followed by Bullen, and to the outside was Lucky Aussie.
Thought he did a really good job. He drew horribly today. He had to go back. There was plenty of speed up on in front, but the leader kicked on and won the race, and he was really the one that had the flashing light there at the end. So I think Gavin Groff has a little bit to work with him going forward, maybe getting up 1,100-1,200 metres down the track.
Yeah, he just seems to be improving all the time, taking into account how much he improved from his first trial to his second to race day. I think he's got more improvement to come again. So It's a Written and Lucky Aussie are the 2 horses coming out of Tamworth.
Thursday racing was at Albury. We only had the 6 races on the program, and half of those races were won by jockey Pierre Boudvillon, who took home our jockey challenge. He won the last as well on Rock Barton Shout. Our horses to follow, well, I think Final Comment's one of those. I like this horse. He was about $4 chance to grey. He raced up on the speed, and this was his second run in from a spell. But next time round, third up, I think he'll be the way to go. He'll get up a little bit more in distance, and he battles on really, really well behind an impressive winner, it must be said, in Jediac, who's having its first start for trainer Shane Bloomfield. He was no match for it this time, but I think next time round, Final Comment in the blue and red will be the one to follow.
4:30 to go. They straighten up. They're a length and a half in front of Prince of Arundel. Grenable to the outside with Diamond Carrot. Marine Parade's back along the inside. So Imposing Tallulah, the odds-on favourite, pop the question. Final Comments running a big race on the outside. They are together. Tutti Yannick running home really well. And then Marine Parade. It's Imposing Tallulah. Final Comment. Yannick is grabbing the pair of them on the outside. It's Yannick going up to Imposing Tallulah. Yannick hits the front and Yannick has won it. Photo for the Miners. It looks like Final Comment.
Good effort running second, not too far away. The winner was too good, but he'll be improved by that performance. The other one to follow is Grins Zinger Fashion. comes out of the Ben Brisbane stable. This is a fairly hot maiden. The first 4 across the line can all go on and do a bit more. The winner's quite impressive, but the second, third and fourth horses are all horses to follow out of this run. It was his first run back after a jump out in a trial. It'll also pay to follow, but keep an eye on it down in Victoria.
Sister Shay went for home at the top of the straight. Shot 2 in front here of Carry On Lizzie. She brings beauty into the open, and Heavenly Kisses starting to charge home down the outside, but Sister Shay has a good break. Leads by 2 to She Brings Beauty and Heavenly Kiss. It's Sister Shay in front of She Brings Beauty. Here's Grinzinger Fashion jumping out of the ground late, but Sister Shay in front, and Sister Shay has won it from Grinzinger Fashion.
Good solid display first up, probably gets up in distance a little bit more, so final comment, and also Grinzinger Fashion.
Take 2 time racing was at Gosford this Friday, the 25th of April. It was Anzac Day, and we had a big crowd on deck to witness some really competitive racing. 8 races on the card, and the sun was shining, and I've picked out a couple of horses that I think are worth following moving forward. First horse I want to highlight went around in race number 3, a first starter from the Chris Waller yard, Frankly Sublime. She was trialling only fairly leading into today's assignment, but there was an avalanche of money for her. She settled back off the speed, but watch the way she hits the line.
280 metres left to run. Roman Forum straightened with a length lead. Our Jewel, Whispering Rupert, got off the fence and got into clean air and starts to charge. Here's Frankly Sublime, though, with the big bounds out wide. Roman Forum a length in front. Frankly Sublime is inch by inch getting that margin back now. Roman Forum in front, though, and Roman Forum outstayed the second horse, Frankly Sublime.
Roman Forum right up on top of the speed was simply too good on the day, but wait till Frankly Sublime gets to a bigger track, maybe a track like Newcastle over 1,400 metres. She's going to be awfully hard to beat. The next horse I want to follow went around in race number 4 from the Kristen Buchanan yard, Justice Warrior, presented here at Gosford, second up from a spell. Tried really hard, but just bumped into one that was a little bit too classy.
Come to the turn, Justice Warrior led her, but King's Secret now popped off the fence and gets going out in the middle of the track. Then Valorizada, Ready-Made Ed, Irish Accolade, and then came down the outside was Quill Ambition. King's Secret's having a tough time getting to Justice Warrior, but he'll get there in the end, and King's Secret just beat Justice Warrior.
King's Secret was able to pounce late and nab Justice Warrior, but I think this horse has got its hoof right on the till and will be winning very, very soon. So the 2 horses to follow out of this Anzac Day meeting here at Gosford, Frankly Sublime and Justice Warrior.
Newcastle Racing, Saturday the 26th of April. We're on a soft 7 track and the rail was out in the 4 metre position, but it was a good day of provincial racing with 8 races on the card. And I think there's a couple of nice horses you want to follow. The first comes out of race 2. We ran into a pretty smart one here in Beedman, but the second horse also looks to have a little bit of ability, and that's Swag. You'll spot him in the blue and white colours. He tracks the eventual winner, which is Beedman, and you just note at the top of the straight, he looks to drop the bridle. He wants to change his legs. He didn't look entirely comfortable on the soft 7 track here this afternoon, but does a good job to run second.
Coming up to the home bend, yet to have the brakes released, led by a length in second spot on any Tuesday. Swag trying to get up on the inside. Southern Prince is making a race of it down the centre, and Leveraged Buyout is making ground as well, but Beedman has clicked up 200 metres out and got more than a length in front of Southern Prince. Swag battles away the inside, and then Leveraged Buyout, a wall of them for the minors, but Beedman coming away, and Beedman far too good. Beedman wins. Second is a very close photo between Swag and Southern Prince.
He done a pretty good job. I think that was a nice return effort from him. Obviously he's run into a smart one, but I think stepping up in trip and getting back up on top of the ground is only going to play in his favour. The next horse I like comes out of race 4. It's Done Deal Flyer. She was just having her second race start. It didn't all go to plan today. You'll spot her in the pale blue colours. They walked up front. She was pocketed away. You can just see down the running, she's on and off the bridle. She still doesn't know what it's all about, but I think the ability is there.
The small field comes to the 500 metres where Caledonia's upping the tempo now. Caledonian led by a little bit over a length. Navy Boy being called upon. Back on the inside, Think Back. Sienna Sai working to the outside, and Dundee Flyer is under pressure, and it's dropped back to last. It is Caledonian with a kick as they run towards the 250 metres. Navy Boy a half length away trying to pick it up. Dundeel Flyer now starting to get moving down the outside, but Caledonian has a break as they run to the 100. Dundeel Flyer goes to second. It's giving chase strongly. Caledonian in front though, and Caledonian all the way over Dundeel Flyer.
She's done a pretty good job. Obviously, she's a little while off mentally. She's a 2-year-old taking on the older horses, and I think there's plenty of improvement here to come. So the 2 horses you want to follow out of Newcastle are Swag and Dundeel Flyer.
Sunday racing at Port Macquarie on the 27th of April. Well, I can say magnificent job with this track. 70 mil of rain during the night. What they had topping that up, and to get a nice 9-race card done and dusted, I think a fantastic job to the track and to all our jockeys concerned, all our females and male jockeys. Well done.
Yeah,
I got the females right, didn't I?
Did you remember them? Just remarkable. I was very surprised this morning to wake up and see that we're only starting on a heavy 8. We did have a few showers throughout the day, but we're desperate to get this meeting underway, and to get through the day is just a full credit to everyone involved.
Yep, we're going through a lot of wet weather at the moment. Mine comes out of race 5. It's Sheila's Fair to See. She was resuming 4.5 months. She hadn't been to the trials this time in. She's probably a better mare at 1,200 metres, but I love what she did here over the 1,000. We'll pick her up coming to the corner. She's in the middle of the pack. She's in the pink colours with the black circles. You watch her when she gets to the outside at the 100, how she finds the line.
Into the straight 300 out. Zoom Outcome, race the length clear. Forbidden Gemstone trying hard. Followed third by Telegraph. Behind those Miss Maserati and also Sheila's Fantasy, but it's Zoom Outcome in front. It's racing away from Forbidden Gemstone. Telegraph, Love Rat on the inside. Sheila's Fantasy late, but a breeze. Zoom Outcome, another leader. Zoom Outcome by 2. Sheila's Fantasy prominent for second.
Yeah, I'd like to see her on a little bit better track. I'd like to see her at 1,200 metres and she'll be winning.
Yeah, 1,200 metres I think is her ideal trip. And look, she's pretty versatile, wet, dry, doesn't seem to phase her, but she will take natural improvement off that run. My horse to follow is coming out of race 8. It was Talana. Now, he'd actually had no wet track form leading into this, but he was desperate to go around. He carried the 61 kilos after the claim. He's in the box seat with the white, orange and black colours.
Around the home turn inside the 350 and Skates On is just in front. Pins and Needles having another dip, followed by Talana, who can't get a run through at the moment from Devoted Deputy, and also All Too Rosy. It Skates On inside the 150. Talana still can't get a clear run. Pins and Needles on the outside, closing again. Skates On just in front, joined by Pins and Needles. Big effort. Pins and Needles a half length. Skates On second. Talana third.
He was just held up. The winner just held him in there, and then when he actually did see a little bit of daylight, he was climbing all over the second horse's heels. So he has his foot on the till. He's ready to win a race, and he's probably better suited at 1,300 if Sal can find the right race
and
for
a
him.
dry track if we can find one.
Oh, definitely a dry track, but he seemed to get through the going okay.
Yep.
I think it was, just that he was in restricted room for the majority of the straight.
Right, Sheila's Fantasy, you follow her from the Wayne Wilkes yard. She won't be far off winning one.
And keep an eye out for Talana from the Sally Taylor yard.
And I know they're our Take 2 horses coming out of Port Macquarie's meeting on Sunday the 27th of April.
Thanks for your company on the program this week, and we look forward to doing it all again next time around, and hopefully you've found a few winners out of those replays that we've shown you this evening. From all of us here, it is bye for now.